Get ready, DramaCast fam. We've got a bombshell hitting the internet today. First up, cancel culture is going nuclear after Charlie Kirk's death, and artists are feeling the heat. Then, we dive deep into how the right is weaponizing cancel culture to hit back. But wait, there's more. We're breaking down the political fallout as conservatives demand outrage and firings. And finally, Senator Lankford weighs in, saying this whole mess proves cancel culture is far from over. You do not want to miss this. Hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you don't miss a second. The internet is ablaze after the tragic death of Charlie Kirk, and the fallout is hitting artists hard. Gretchen Felker-Martin, a writer known for her work on DC Comics' Red Hood series, found herself at the center of a firestorm after posting a controversial message following Kirk's shooting. Her sharp words, directed at the conservative influencer, quickly escalated into a torrent of death threats and doxing attempts. The repercussions were swift and severe. DC Comics, citing the tone and non-peaceful nature of her statements, severed ties with Felker-Martin, canceling the Red Hood series and offering retailers credit for unsold copies. Blue Sky also suspended her account for a week, citing violations of their rules on violent or threatening speech. This wasn't an isolated incident. Artist Drew Harrison also faced professional consequences after a similar post, leading to her termination from Sucker Punch Productions. The ripple effect extended to media figures like MSNBC commentator Matthew Dowd, who was fired after his remarks about Kirk's death. Even a South Park episode satirizing Kirk was pulled from reruns by Comedy Central, highlighting the widespread sensitivity surrounding his assassination and the subsequent reactions. The situation underscores a growing tension between free speech, political commentary, and the professional lives of creators in today's polarized climate. But the story of artistic repercussions is just the beginning of this dramatic turn of events. Get ready, because the right is now firing back, supercharging their own brand of cancel culture. Charlie Kirk's death has ignited a firestorm, not just for those who criticized him, but for the very nature of cancel culture itself. Following the conservative activist's assassination, a significant segment of the American right has launched a retaliatory campaign, targeting individuals who expressed schadenfreude or criticism. This has led to numerous firings and suspensions across various professions, from teachers and academics to video game developers and firemen. A database, ominously titled Expose Charlie's Murderers, has emerged, documenting the details of those deemed to have celebrated Kirk's death, effectively weaponizing public pressure. Even entertainment has been impacted, with Comedy Central pulling a satirical South Park episode that poked fun at Kirk. Politicians have also entered the fray, with Republican lawmakers like Senator Marsha Blackburn and Congressman Andy Ogles calling for the removal of individuals who spoke out against Kirk. This trend, often dubbed the woke right, demonstrates a strategic adoption of cancel culture tactics by conservatives who previously positioned themselves against progressive censorship. The narrative now is one of holding people to account and asserting that speech has consequences, mirroring arguments previously used by the left. This escalating cycle of retribution and cancellation, regardless of the ideological origin, threatens to further erode public discourse and create an environment dominated by fear, where dissenting opinions are increasingly marginalized. This isn't just about retribution. It's a calculated move to redefine the battlefield of free speech. As conservatives adopt these tactics, the political landscape is set for a dramatic showdown. In the wake of Charlie Kirk's assassination, a powerful conservative movement is emerging, determined to ostracize and penalize those who dared to disparage the activist. After years of railing against cancel culture, from the left, prominent conservatives are now wielding similar tactics to target companies, educators, and media outlets. Public officials and influencers are actively campaigning for the firings of individuals deemed to have promoted hate speech or expressed inappropriate sentiments following Kirk's death. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy publicly called for the firing of American Airlines pilots accused of celebrating the assassination, framing it as a disgusting act. This strategic weaponization of firings and ostracism by conservatives, who often portray Kirk as a champion of free expression, presents a stark challenge to a politically fractured nation. The aftermath of Kirk's death is increasingly becoming a litmus test for public tolerance of political differences, with Republicans pushing not only for justice against the alleged killer, but also for consequences for those whose words they believe contributed to or dishonored the event. This mirrors a pattern dating back to 9/11, where public reactions to tragedies have been met with demands for punishment. The situation highlights the precarious nature of free speech, especially when government officials become involved in pressuring private entities, raising questions about the true commitment to First Amendment principles when unpopular opinions are involved. The narrative from many conservatives, including Senator Lindsey Graham, frames Kirk's killing as an attack on the broader Republican movement, underscoring the high stakes involved. But the push for consequences doesn't stop with public officials, it's reaching the highest levels of government. We'll explore how these tactics are being amplified and what it means for the future of political discourse. Senator James Lankford is sounding the alarm, declaring that recent firings over celebrations of Charlie Kirk's death are irrefutable proof that cancel culture still persists. Businesses and institutions across the nation have taken swift action, removing employees who expressed joy or made derogatory remarks about the conservative activist's assassination. American Airlines grounded pilots, Office Depot fired an employee for refusing to print vigil posters, and Clemson University suspended a professor over inappropriate social media content. Lankford emphasizes that these actions are about protecting businesses from community backlash, stating that employers are compelled to act when employees' online behavior could harm their brand. He points to a local veterinarian clinic facing community pushback due to an employee's violent online message about Kirk, illustrating how customer choices can be influenced by an employee's expressed beliefs. Senator Britt echoes this sentiment, calling for accountability and firings for those celebrating the political assassination of a man exercising his free speech. Britt argues that such celebrations are absolutely disgusting, and that individuals engaging in this rhetoric should be held accountable. The situation, as highlighted by Lankford and Britt, underscores the ongoing tension between online expression, employment, and the increasing pressure on individuals and businesses to navigate these sensitive issues in a polarized environment. And that's just scratching the surface of this explosive situation. Don't go anywhere, because we're diving into the full story and what it means for you. And that's a wrap on today's explosive news. We saw cancel culture go into overdrive after Charlie Kirk's death, impacting artists and sparking outrage. The right is now weaponizing these tactics, demanding firings and accountability. Politicians are weighing in, and Senator Lankford warns this proves cancel culture is still a major force. Make sure you're subscribed and have that notification bell on so you never miss an update. Hit us up in the comments with your thoughts, and follow us on all social platforms for more DramaCast action.